Hi, I'm Chloe.
And I'm Melissa.
And we'd like to tell you a little bit about the Ziegfeld Follies. Your daughter has been given an amazing opportunity. She'll get to come to New York, become famous, like all the other Ziegfeld Follies. So many girls come from small towns, and once they get here, they love it.
I joined the Ziegfeld Follies, and it was the best choice of my life.
Your daughter has been born with an amazing talent that so many girls don't even get the chance to express. We're offering you money, fame, anything any small town girl dreams of.
Here with the Ziegfeld Follies, your daughter will always be safe. She'll never be left alone. She'll always be with another girl from the Ziegfeld Follies. There's no men allowed in the housing areas, and no alcohol permitted. The girls have a vigorous practicing schedule and perform several nights a week. They get the chance to perform in front of thousands of people. Ziegfeld was born in 1867 and grew up in Chicago. Not much is known about Ziegfeld's early years. In 1893, a local Chicago music teacher, Florence Ziegfeld, became music director of the World's Fair and sent his son, Florence Ziegfeld Jr., to Europe to seek out talent for the fair. Ziegfeld Jr. did not find any musical talent, but did, however, find the world's strongest man, a man wearing flesh-colored tights. This started the new beginning of entertainment and changed the world of stage performance and popular music. Ziegfeld is a passionate defender of civil rights. Ziegfeld defended Bert Williams, which was the first successful black performer on vaudeville. He protected him against racism from others. Ziegfeld will also protect your daughter. He brought in many stars like Fanny Brice, Anna Held, and Edie Cantor. Some of America's greatest composers wrote music and productions for Ziegfeld on stage: Victor Herbert, Irving Berlin, Jimmy Monaco, and many more. Ziegfeld himself was not a musician. Ziegfeld produced and staged various musical productions in which his wife, Anna Held, frequently starred in. In 1901, he produced the show The Little Duchess, starring his wife. After many productions, Ziegfeld dreamed of a spectacular revenue that would feature feminine beauty. It can be said that his wife, Anna Held, was the creative inspiration behind the first Ziegfeld Follies. On July 8, 1907, at the New York Theater, Ziegfeld presented his first Follies. 50 beautiful women graced the stage on July 8th. Anna Held was not one of these girls, but would frequently perform. The girls performed many acts, as from dancing to singing to even comedy routines. The Ziegfeld Follies have been around for 30 years and are still going strong. The women of the Ziegfeld Follies capture the hearts of Americans. In 1908, Follies firmly established the revenue as a Broadway fixture. In 1909, Ziegfeld opened a show with girls representing every state of the Union. They would dance and sing patriotic songs. In 1910, Fanny Brice was brought to the Ziegfeld Follies. She has been one of the most successful women to join the act. The Follies have only grown since then, and maybe you can be the next Fanny Brice. Join the Follies. Reach your dreams and fulfill your potential. Mary Eaton was a native of Norfolk, Virginia. She attended dance lessons in Washington, D.C. along with her sisters Doris and Pearl at the age of 7. In 1911, all three sisters were hired for a production of Morris Maeterlinck's fantasy play The Bluebird at a Shubert Belasco Theater in Washington. While Eaton had a minor role in the show, it marked the beginning of her career in professional theater. It was my older sister Evelyn who really captured us into it. Mama went along. I grew up in a small town, Portsmouth, Virginia. Evelyn was the first child, and when she was about 7 or 8 years old, my father's sister Aunt Rose, who loved the theater, took Evelyn to the theater, and Evelyn never got over it. From then on, she was always asking Aunt Rose to take her again. As time went on, Mama had more and more children, and Evelyn saw Mama becoming a slave to the house. Evelyn probably saw preparing the younger kids for the stage as a way of helping her. Well, you want to know how I got into the Ziegfeld Follies? Well, Pearl was hired by Ziegfeld for the 1918 version, and we had a friend who was one of Ziegfeld's business advisors, and he recommended her. She was just a chorus girl to start with, but Ned Wayburn, Ziegfeld's dance director, evidently saw that she could handle the girls in some way because he had made her his assistant within several months. Soon after, I went down one afternoon to watch the rehearsals. I was 14 at the time, and I was put into the chorus. I did 8 chorus numbers. Yeah, well, in these 1918 Follies, the First World War was still on, and one of the numbers we did was called the Military Buck Dance, in which the entire chorus had costumes simulating the uniforms of the French Foreign Legion. We came up out of the middle of the stage through the trapdoor. It started with just the rip of a tent, and gradually the whole tent was brought up on stage, and the girls began to come out of the tent, make formations and tap dance. I did another number about how women had taken over men's jobs while the men were at war. There was a truck driver, a coal miner, and a factory worker. And then there was me, dressed up as a bellhop. Will Rogers was in the show at W.C. Fields and Marilyn Miller. Oh, and Anne Pennington was in that show. She was a petite little dancer, and Ned Wayburn engaged me to understudy her. That's how I got into the Follies, because he wanted someone to understudy her.
I hope we've convinced you to allow your daughter to join the Ziegfeld Follies. Your daughter has been given an amazing... Your daughter has been given... And it... I don't know what to say.
I don't know. She's
You sound like you're selling a car.
Thanks.
She bored.
From the...
Start.
Like that.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
I don't think that would make sense.
No.
You like this, you
Come on!